What's good, everybody? We're back here with another episode of Dimes and Dubs Podcast. And we're here, we're talking about interesting topic that it's, I guess to some people it's taboo, some people maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it all today. It's about 7OH, and they want to ban 7OH. We're gonna talk facts and see what everybody's saying here. So first of all, my name is Alexander the Don. We got
Jordan
and Saunders.
We are here today. We're going to have some fun with you guys, just speaking about this, giving some information of what we have. We're not here to bash it. We're not here to just shove it down anybody's throats as well. We're just here to talk, I guess facts. Hey, yo. I guess we're here to talk just facts and, what we know about 7OH and how we're going to go about it and things like that. So, first of all, what is 7OH?
I mean, 7OH it's a main active compound that is found in kratom. It is also freaking
7-hydroxymetrogeny.
There you go. I can't say the big words like that, but I mean, it does come from the kratom plant. It is part of the kratom plant. It has at least 0.3 to 0.1% of the kratom leaf in it. So.
Say less. How does it differ? So, obviously, this may be a simple question, but to those who are probably just coming in, maybe they'll see 7OH somewhere, and maybe thinking about taking 7OH. Like, how does it differ from THC or Delta 8?
I mean, it's different from that. It's nowhere. It won't get you high. It's not going. That's not the intent for it. The intent for it is to get people off the opioids and get them off that addiction. I mean, it is basically, if you take it, it's more of like a pain relief, kind of, right? But depending on how you take it or you don't take it, I mean, the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, yes, you could probably take too much or take not enough. So that's why, doing your research, doing everything is going to come in the long run.
On Delta products, a lot of times those are intended for recreational use because you smoke it or you eat it, you get high and you're out vibing. 7OH metrogeny is more or less for, without saying medical use, it's kind of that avenue because it's for, pain relief. If it's sleep or anxiety, things like that, that's the type of things that can help, but you should treat that as a medically used thing. Like you should take it, of course, as it's intended.
Mm-hmm.
Read the label. There's labels, read it, take it as it's subscribed, per the label. But it differs from Delta because it's not for recreational use. You're not going to take a bunch of 7OH and go to the fucking amusement park, chill out, shit like that. Now, if your back is hurting or you have a toothache or something like that and you need to take something like 7OH, you can find relief in that. That's how it differs the most, I would say.
Got you. So it's usually primarily a tab. Is it something that you can smoke? Is it something that you can drink?
So you have different varieties of them, right? So you have a drink, you have tablets, you got powder now that you can put in your water. The tablets, those are mainly, I would say, for fast acting, you want to chew them. They're not gonna taste the best, but you chew them, they're gonna taste a lot. They're gonna hit you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the drinks. Like I said, then you got the powder that you put in water. So, like Saunders was saying, you don't smoke it.
You shouldn't smoke it. Just because you're not supposed to smoke it doesn't mean that some people are going to smoke it, and then they'll try to blame someone else and be like, "Oh, I smoked this fucking 7OH and now I'm all jacked up." Yeah, you shouldn't smoke it. Like, don't smoke it. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Got you. Why do you guys think it gains so much popularity?
I think it's the devil and angels on everybody's shoulder. I mean, there's people that it does actually help. So there was some media boost on that, people on social media and things of that nature. There's a rapper called Stitches, and he actually made a video talking about how the 7OH tabs helped him get off of actual opioids that he was addicted to for years, and he was able to take those and wean himself off of that. And he is even very adamant about telling people, when he did do the 7 tabs to get off the opioids, he did still go through the chills and the shakes and the withdrawals, but it helped taper it off faster and was able to get him, off of that real harsh shit. And then I think he got a lot of negative publicity because there's always the other side of the coin.
Yeah, for sure.
People that, choose to abuse it And then if they have medical issues because of it, they have to go to the ER and things like that. And then they don't really look at the fine print of, okay, what was the instance of why this happened? It was like, oh, they're in the ER because of they took so much 708. So then they say, oh, 708. And then now 708 is the bad guy, but they don't take any of the blame and put it on the person that decided to abuse the substance and now, ruining it for people that it could legitimately help.
Who it can help. Yeah.
Like if you have a strong personality and you have some willpower, and you're taking this with the intention of helping yourself with relief of back pain, like that toothaches, sleep issues, whatever it may be, and okay, I read this label, it says take 1 tablet, I'll take that, okay, it helped. But then you got the other side, I would just get a 5-pack and they take all 5 tablets.
Yeah, you can't.
Then they're all jacked up, and then next thing you know, they have to take more and more and more because they're trying to search for that high. That's when all this negative shit starts coming out of it. And then instead of them blaming the person, they blame the product. And then they're going to wind up taking it away from everybody. So people that it does benefit get screwed. They have no say in it. And then few to choose to abuse it is going to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, but I would say that's with everything. Like you should, if something says you're intended to take this much, even if it's a freaking painkiller pill, like, or it's like an Advil or something like that, Tylenol.
Melatonin, there's anything. Back in the day when I was younger, like years ago now, Coracedin, which is, I think, it's a motion sickness type thing. And people used to just take the hell out of it. Like, and you eat a whole pack of that and you get very trippy.
Yeah.
Because you're basically ODing on over-the-counter medications. So then they went through this big surge in my hometown where all the pharmacies were getting all that shit behind the counter because everyone figured out if you take 10 of these capsules, you can feel like you're tripping. But just because it's there doesn't mean you should take that type of shit.
Exactly.
I mean, I have like what Saunders saying, man, I have a lot of customers that do it. I know a lot of people that do the 7-hydroxy tab. And first-time users, I basically tell them, start with half a tab. Not even, like, start with half. Cut it in half, take one, and wait. Give it about a half an hour, 2 hours before you start taking the other one. But if you jump right in it for first-timers, it may hit you differently because you're not used to it. It's just like smoking. Like, you never smoked before. You don't want to sit there and smoke the whole fucking blunt because you're going to get high as shit. You probably get paranoid. You may, like, oh, I don't want to never do this again, even though you're not putting your body to, like, get used to it. Like riding a bike. You never rode a bike before, you're not going to pedal.
And it does fall on the producers of this. So, like, I know we as STNR, we take every precaution to make sure it's legitimate stuff that we're putting into our products. Lab testing, make sure it's on the right dosage, things like that, putting the proper warning labels on packaging as far as this could be habit forming. It can be habit forming. So if you look and you buy that as a consumer and all the warnings are there, but you choose to ignore it, I have zero sympathy after that.
Yeah.
So, but it does fall on that because there are a lot of companies that don't do that, or they market it into a manner to where it's something that it's not, like, trying to just make money. And of course we all want to make money in the industry. However, we have a responsibility to be able to produce this type of thing and offer it to consumers and still keep it as safe as it can be. So that does fall on, the business side.
Yeah. Somebody had mentioned people going in the stores looking for kratom or like, some kind of kratom extract, and maybe some stores offering them 7-OH. What do you guys think about that? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it depends on the customer itself, right? Some customers, they know what they want. They've been taking it for years. Kratom is actually, I would say kratom and 7-hydroxy, they go hand in hand. It depends on how you use it though. Some people take kratom for like, knee pain, or, we knew a person that was in an accident that took kratom every day, and it actually helped her. It helped her relieve the pain instead of the medication that's over the counter. You spend $1,000 on that some people can't even afford. But you go into a smoke shop, $20-$40, you could afford that. And then hydroxy, I mean, the 7 tabs, I mean, it's basically, like I said, hand in hand. So I see no difference in it. But
it still comes down to the responsibility of the individual shop owners as well to take care of their clientele. So asking the appropriate questions and things like that, like, you came in looking for this. Now I do have this alternative. However, this is some of the effects and what it could, lead into. If they care about the consumer, they're going to ask those questions, but there is a lot of people that are just money grab.
Yeah.
So they're going to sell what sells because, you know, there's two sides of everything, man. Like there's a side of the sales side of it where some people are going to be like, yeah, take this because they know that person might become habit formed to it. And then that's going to increase their sales. And shouldn't be the highlight though. That's the few bad apples that is going to ruin it for everyone again. And it's just like anything in the world right now, not that it's related at all, but just like cops, like people always have something to say about cops, like, oh, fuck the cops, blah, 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 because there's a few bad cops that do something, then next thing you know, all cops get labeled as bad. Same thing as that. If a shop owner is pushing, like, say, 708 or something to someone that's clearly has an addictive personality and they're using that to exploit that and make money, then that's a bad apple. But the product itself is intended to help those that it is intended to help, not for those to abuse it and then, you know, fall into that trap.
No, that's facts. So, TikTok and, you know, these different, like, even like Reddit, they spread a lot of fear and misinformation and stuff like that, about 708. I feel like it's a lot of people, what I've been seeing, it's a lot of people who already have like addictive personalities and things like that. That's one end of the people who do this. And there's also people who do it because it's mixed like in Kratom and they don't want Kratom to get banned with it.
Yeah, because it's like a cousin, right? So, you know, you have a cousin that's getting a lot of negative publicity and you don't want the whole family to get pulled down. So you're like kind of distance yourself from that cousin. But again, it all comes down to personal choices and individuals having a free will to do what they need to do. And if they choose to abuse it, that's not the product's fault. That's that person's fault. And I will die on that hill. And I've had many debates about addiction and stuff like that on my personal views on that. No one's forcing anyone to take that. Like with us selling it, we're not sneaking up on people in the street and jumping up behind them and shoving it in their mouth and making them swallow it. It's there, it's available because as a free person, you have the ability to buy what you want to buy for the most part. If you choose to buy it and you choose to take it the right way, good on you. If you choose to buy it and abuse it, that's your bad. Like, but that's not my fault. That's not the product's fault. That's that person's individual fucking choice and their fault. Like it comes down to it. And fear mongering is like what a lot of these websites and Reddit and all of them are doing because it's it's clickbait. They're going to put some fancy title, 708 kills millions. And people are like, what? And they click on it and it's got nothing to do with facts at all. It's some random bullshit. And it's all people wanting the clicks and to go viral. And that's how they make their money. So on one side, you have to respect it because it's their hustle. They're doing their thing. But there's a lot of naive, gullible ass people out there that will believe anything they see or read on social media.
That's for sure.
And that's where a lot of people get in trouble. And especially now with AI. Like you can make an AI video of some random celebrity being like, 708 is horrible. And they're like, oh yeah, this person said it was, bitch, that ain't real. Like, it's ridiculous.
So, you know, I want to get into the fun of this topic, the press conference that happened with the government. I'm not sure what it's like. Who was it?
It was the FDA, DEA.
Yeah, all of them doing the
some of the most crooked people in the nation.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
They also had this woman there too. I mean, she even said herself she never took 7-hydroxy before.
That's a huge one.
But she used Kratom, and she, you know, that's just mind blowing. Just because you know you have someone that's on there who's taking Kratom, but wants to bash 7-hydroxy.
Well, she was obviously taking way more than Kratom. Yeah, anyone that's seen that press conference, and I don't know if we're going to put a clip up or not, they got this lady straight off the fucking street. Like, she had a little sign, all that shit. She definitely smoked meth. You can look at her. Like, I'm not judging this person, maybe a little, but
maybe a little.
Anyone with common sense can look at this lady and be like, oh, yeah, she's dabbled in some shit. And for her to get up there and bash it while never taking it, it made zero sense. And all it was clickbait, really, at the end of the day, because they got this, and she didn't realize it. They probably gave her $50 in a cheeseburger or some shit. And she looked ragged as fuck. And they probably had her up there, and then people that are not educated or not fucking have any common sense are going to see her, relate her fucked up face to what they're talking about and be like, oh my God, that shit is horrible. Yeah. But it's not 708. It was the meth. Like it's not that. So for her to get up there and do that,
That's
she was a puppet.
Yeah. No, that's the funniest part. In the beginning of her speech, the way he announced her or brought her on stage was like, okay, she's gonna talk to you as like a person who's taken 7-OH, kind of like this is the poster of 7-OH in a way. Like this is what you know, and maybe they wanted it to like seem like she took it and she had a bad experience with 7-OH, and that's why people need to not take it.
And it's just people not paying attention, and it's easy to look at something like that, and that's a distraction. So then people see how crazy she looked and how, even though they try to doll her up, hey, A for effort. They tried to give you a blowout. You look like a fucking cracked out Peggy Hill from King of the Hill. Yeah. And they see that, and then they're like, oh, 7-OH, this is what 7-OH is about. Now I got this lady up there talking about how bad it is. However, she didn't try it. Many people probably didn't pick up on the fact that she's never tried 7-OH.
Yeah.
So it's it's smoke and mirrors and shit like that. So,
I mean, if you actually pay attention to her words, she was basically the whole time she was talking is about her losing her marriage, her losing everything, her being bedridden for 8 years. Even though she even says she went to a doctor and got 11 prescriptions, and those weren't even helping her. But then as soon as she takes kratom, so happily got her out of bed. She was able to go all to her kids' things and activities after school, whatnot. And the whole thing was just about, it's just crazy.
So if you filter through it, what she said, and like actually listen to it and dissect it, she's basically saying she went and tried to get legal prescriptions, and she was on 11 plus prescriptions. She was bedridden. She was addicted to them. She couldn't function. She lost her marriage. She couldn't visit her kids. She wasn't being a very good person. Then she goes to kratom, and she's miraculously better.
Mm-hmm.
That to me sounds like kratom is doing okay. Like, so it kind of backfired on them as well. As far as that,
like, I was gonna bring that up. It kind of backfired because at the end of her speech, she says, and I quote, 7-OH is pulling people away from the opioid they've been trying to get away from. And every time when I listen to that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm tripping, but isn't that a good thing?
That's a good thing for people of common sense. Like, no, and it is, because think about it, and I've mentioned it in one of the other videos that we've done, as far as statistics show that the opioid death rate has dropped since 7-OH has hit the market. Now, has 7-OH, is it habit forming? Yes, I'm not fucking denying that. However, 7-OH may give you some crazy side effects if you abuse it, but it's not going to attack your respiratory system. It's not going to stop you from breathing. You're not going to really die from it. Opioids can fucking kill you. So that, again, is where Big Farm, Big Tobacco, all of them come into play, because those are the most evil fucking people in the world. They do not want something that is somewhat natural or pretty much all natural to take the place of something that is manufactured in their lab, because they know that, one, this is addictive, and then two, most of the big farm companies are tied directly into like the Betty Ford Clinic and all these other rehabilitation centers. So if people are addicted to opioids and struggling, and then they need to go back in and get on, to some treatment, they're getting money from both sides of it. They don't want something that's going to come in at a cheaper rate, that's easier to grab, that's going to help people, because then it takes all their money away. And it's evil. It's you can talk all these other side effects and all this medical shit of it all at the end of the day, but follow the money. It's everything in life is follow the money. That's and you'll find out where it's coming from. And it's the fact that Big Farm does not want this stuff to be readily available, because it's going to take away from the opioids and all the medical prescriptions that these doctors get paid under the table to start grabbing and subscribing. It's all crazy. It's a big fucking crooked game.
No, that's true. From like, some research that I've done, like, Reddit forums and stuff like that, man, everybody that I've seen, some obviously said, like, some probably formed a little habit, you know what I'm saying? And they admit that, but they're like, look, this thing really, really helped me. Like it helped me get up in the morning and do what I have to do. When I went to the doctors, it wasn't helping me with the pain that I had, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of stories like that. And I'm like, this can't be a coincidence. And it's not happening to one person. Probably happened with a lot of people. You know what I mean? They get into these 7-OH pills or tabs or whatever, and they take them for their pain, and their pain goes away better than anything that they've ever
And those
experienced.
same people that are doing that are taking them as they're intended to be taken.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And again, always going to circle back to that, and it being readily available, and talking about 7-OH is bad because it's readily available and it's easy to get. So is everything else. So is everything else. Alcohol is very easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
Cigarettes are very easy to get. Prescription pills from a doctor, sometimes they're easy to get, but if I can't get it from a doctor, I guarantee you, and I can make 2 phone calls right now and have anything I want.
Mm-hmm.
Crack, heroin, all that shit. It's easy to get. So you can't use that argument as far as why that should be banned because it's readily available. No, it's not. No, fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, when I used to work in the smoke shop, I had the dude that I worked with who took 7-hydroxy every day.
Okay.
And he'd never abuse it. Yes, it's addicting. It's, I'm not going to, like you said, I'm not going to sit here and say he was not. But if you know how to use it and know how to maintain it, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. Like he had chronic back pain. So he hurt his sciatic nerve.
Mm.
Now, 7-hydroxy is going to take care of that pain. Or would you rather go to the doctors and pay like a $1,500, $1,000 just to get prescriptions every month or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks? Most people don't have that.
Especially if it's not going to work as well as something else that you can.
I mean, yes, because 7-hydroxy is 30 to 40% more stronger. You can't disagree about that. But it's like what you saying, people use it and they don't take it right. They don't take it how they're supposed to. They don't read labeling that's on the pack. They have the microdose on packaging.
And that comes down to the individual that needs to, have responsibility in themselves. And like that guy, for example, he has chronic back pain. So most likely he's going to have back pain for the rest of his life, regardless of what he takes or doesn't take. So if he chooses to take 7-OH, and yeah, is it habit forming? Again, we've said it a million fucking times. Yes, it can be habit forming, but his back pain is never going to go away. If this is a safer alternative of something he can take for the rest of his life, let the man do it. Because you're telling me that the stuff he goes and gets from a doctor is not habit forming? Is a Percocet 30 not habit forming? You go to the dentist and you get your wisdom teeth yanked out and they're going to throw you Vicodin. Is Vicodin not habit forming? It is, but they still give it to you because the intended purpose is to relieve the pain from your wisdom teeth getting yanked out. If this person is becoming habit formed to it and then they start buying it from every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street just because they need it, it's the same thing. But if this is something that is safer, that he can go into a smoke shop and afford to get, let the man do it. Also, the same thing with being able to afford it. There's millions of people that are in chronic pain and all this other, shit that they're going through. They don't have the luxury of having insurance. So they can't go to a doctor and get, insurance that's going to pay for their pain prescriptions, or they can't get patches or whatever they need to get that's going to help them through their life. So their alternative now is to either go to the street and try to grab some kind of pain medication, pain pills, which the phenomenon is people lacing everything with fentanyl. Okay, so now you're fucking playing Russian roulette because you have no other choice because you're in such bad pain. You can't get it legally, so now you're going to go to the street. Or you go to fucking smoke shop, spend a couple bucks, get some 7-OH tabs that helps with the pain, at least enough to be able to go about your day. You're probably still going to have some kind of pain, but at least you're not going to have your fucking lungs stop working or your heart stop. Yeah. Are you going to, if you don't take it for a couple days, are you going to get itchy and shaky? Probably. Mm. But you have to balance it out. Like, what's worth it at the end of the day? And what's your alternatives? 7-OH is not the devil when it comes to that alternative. If you got to go to the street and pick up some bullshit pain pills that might be laced and you die taking it, or you go to a smoke shop and buy some lab tested shit that has COAs with prescription, fucking instructions on it, and take it the way it's intended, and that helps you, I'm leaning towards that way every single time.
Nah, that's facts. That's facts, man. And a big thing is what I've seen, heard is like, especially in the press conference, the guy I'm about to put the video on. I'm not sure his name, but he dodged the question of the deaths.
Speaking of that, before you play that, his whole argument, if you want to take out words, is addiction. You said addiction multiple times, and that felt like, to me, that was just his argument.
Yeah.
Which you could be addicted to everything and anything. Look at nicotine, for instance. I smoke it. Is it going to harm me? Absolutely. in the long run. But do I still smoke? Yes. So I mean, addiction is everywhere. So to me, that just he was not making any sense.
And he's asked a substantial question here. This is a real good question. Like how many recorded deaths, and he completely dodges the question. We'll go ahead and turn the volume up.
Delineate trace amounts from synthetic concentrated amounts. Great question. Thank you.
Well, she's going to ask a question now.
Hi, Lizzie Lawrence, reporter with STAT. I'm curious how many, if there are any known cases there are of 7-OH being recorded as the sole cause of a fatal overdose.
We have terrible statistics because if somebody comes in with 7-OH overdose, I'm not even sure a doctor would know to ask about 7-OH. Very few doctors I've spoken with know what's in these vape stores or know what 7-OH is. I've had to explain it to the dozen or so doctors I've talked to. So I think we're just starting to understand. It's very, very reminiscent of when we prescribed opioids to patients who didn't need them after minor surgical procedures, or too many opioids for those who did need an opioid. And we would notice some people were coming back for refills at a very high rate, but we hadn't put the two together because we hadn't recognized the addictive nature. So we need better statistics. There is a commitment from NIH to do some research to try to understand this, but this is not something where, after 50,000 Americans have died from it, we want to start that process. Thank you, Lizzie.
Yeah, total dodge of the that's been. I mean, and think about it. These are the people that are running our fucking everything.
Yeah,
like the one. He's like, oh, the dozen or so doctors I spoke to. Okay, you're saying this is a nationwide epidemic.
Yeah,
but you talked to 12 fucking doctors out of the whole nation. There's only 12 doctors you've had a conversation with, and they don't know how to test it. Like bullshit. Like you come into the ER and you are overdosing. They take your blood. They can find it because you know why? 7-hydroxymetrozine will show up on a drug test. So if it shows up on a drug test for you to get a job at fucking McDonald's, if you come in foaming from the mouth, they can do a blood test to see, oh, you had only 7-OH in your system. So the guy's a dipshit. He's a little fucking troll. Like, no, fuck that guy.
And the funniest thing that he said, we have not picked up on the addiction of people coming back for the opioids. That is a crazy statement. And that's just, I don't know how to, people just let that be and not even be talked about.
And that's why he dodged it, is because he knows that if it's 7-OH by itself, I'm not going to say it absolutely won't happen, but it's most likely you're not going to die from just 7-OH.
Yeah.
If you overdose and you go in and you overdose and you fucking flatline, they do proper blood work on you. I'm willing to bet the house on if you have 7-OH in your system, there's some other shit mixed in there too. And that's probably what killed you. So him to dodge that question like that, which is they're all good at it, dodging
that was a good dodge. No, that was a really good dodge.
Oh, we need better statistics. Okay, then what's stopping you? You're the almighty powerful fucking government. Do your statistics. Fuck off.
There you go. This is some thoughts from the background. From Hunter.
Due to fears of opioid addiction, world center not just on the policy itself, but on how our economy is structured to create the conditions for addiction, and then scapegoat individual substances rather than addressing the systematic roots of suffering. Banning 7-OH because of its concerns over addiction is a reactionary policy. It targets the symptoms, not the disease. The reality is that many turn to substances like 7-OH, kratom, or opioids out of desperation. Not health issues, overwork, and lack of adequate care are all deeply rooted in the system that treats health as a community instead of a human right. Under our current system, access to healthcare is rationed by income, not need. If someone can't afford to see a doctor, get surgery, or access therapy, they're left with self-medication. Products like 7-OH become popular not because they're ideal, but because they're accessible. The war on this is a lot. The war on substances like kratom or 7-OH becomes a distraction from the fact that millions of Americans lack affordable, consistent medical care. Rather than confronting Big Pharma's role in fueling the opioid crisis or addressing the social determinants of health, poverty, housing, employment, the state criminalizes stopgap alternatives that marginalize people to rely on. Just some of my thoughts. Here's more. People addicted to hardcore drugs like heroin often turn to 7-OH not because it's trendy, but because it's all they can afford. It's self-prescribed survival. In a just society, they'd have access to safe detox therapy and long-term recovery support. But under our government, all they get is criminalization or silence.
That's actually facts. I actually like the way you put that. You know, in a perfect world, they'll go up there and say stuff like that, like, "Oh, I know you guys are in this position to do this because of this." You know what I'm saying? No, I actually do like what you said there. Like, you know, they when they don't have the health care, and so they have to go and get this instead because this is what's really helping them, and it's affordable, and they can get it.
That's one of the, I think, first times we've had similar fix on that, because that's what I was saying. If you can't afford it and people don't have insurance, they don't really give a shit. So then if they still need to take care of their pain, they hear about this product. However, you know, even if they're just going in to buy a vape and then they're like, "Oh, my back," and then the dude at the counter's like, "Oh, I got this thing," and they try and it works, and they're like, "Fuck," and then they, you know, word of mouth, and the next thing you know, it spreads out. But
I mean, that's what I used to do. Like in the smoke shop, you know, like there's people out there who work smoke shop. They just there for, you know, their paycheck at the end of the day. Or then you got people like me who actually I'm not gonna sell you something if I know it's not going to fuck work. You're not gonna like it, or I'm just having you buy it because I need the money. No, like I have a lot of people that come in. You know, I had a dude that came in basically every single day, buying like the tabs and the hydroxy tabs, or you know the little fucking bottle juices of 7-hydroxy. We talk every day, and I ask him, like, you know, what made you go to 7-hydroxy? Because when I see you here every day, you're spending this so and so money on it and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, I couldn't afford, you know, certain pills that I was prescribed with, you know, no insurance, and insurance was so high that I couldn't even afford the copay for it. And this was the best alternative for me and the safest. You know, you go to a smoke shop, hopefully, you know, people behind the counter, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I mean, I don't know why people are so against it when yet it has been better for people who are addicted to opioids or heroin, fentanyl, and
Here's one of my questions for it, right? For 7-OH. So, you know, when you're, I guess, like ignorant about, you know, those kind of opioids, right? When you think about opioids like heroin, you really think about like people like cracked out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like on the street, homeless or whatever, just crazy looking. Can 7-OH get you to that point?
if you abuse it. Yeah, we're not gonna sit and say no. You know, if you take 5 pills a day, it's not going to fuck you up. I mean, it's labeled on the package for a reason.
yeah, if you take anything like that, it's gonna slump you.
Okay.
Like, so if you took 20 milligram tablets, so you're taking 100 milligrams of 7-OH and it's good pure 7-hydroxynitrogenine, you're probably going to be fucking, you know,
Slumped over.
a little slumped over.
Yeah.
Now, some people it's not because they got this insane tolerance, but that's not what it's intended to do. You're supposed to take it so it relieves and takes the edge off of whatever you're trying to help. But, you know, if I go to the bar and we're all hanging out and I drink 2 beers, I'm fucking nice.
Yeah.
I drink 14 fucking beers, I might be fucking slumped over.
Yeah. Some people can't
Because
drink
it's
too big.
excessive.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
anything, it's excessive. Like, I go to fucking Wing Shack and eat 10 wings, I'm good. But if I eat 50 wings, I'm gonna be all fucking bloated and I'm shitting myself. Like,
But no, I mean, like, you have people out there who think, like, okay, I'm gonna take 5, I'm gonna be straight. No, they will abuse it. They think they know their body more than they know the tablet.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like,
and if they're taking 5, like right off the rip, they're not trying to take care of an ailment. They're trying to get fucked up.
Yeah, but you know what? It's funny you say that. It's good you say that because I did actually run into somebody on Reddit who said that exact same thing. Supposedly, remember, people could be just clickbaiting. This could just be a whole story that's made up. But he's like, people said that you can't overdose on 7-OH, but I did, and I'm in the hospital right now. Which, like I said, this could be just a fake ass story. But he's like, I'm in the hospital right now, and people are like, how much did you take? He's like, I took 5 of them. I was trying to get super high.
See,
People like,
See, that's the prime example of people not giving a fuck, right? This whole tablet is not to get you fucked up.
and what was that guy looking for? Like a win? Like, oh, hey, good job, you did overdose because you took fucking 5. Like, and you're not dead. Like, it made you super sick.
yeah,
Like, so did you have a true blue overdose? Not probably really. Did your fucking heart stop? Did you fucking, were you out of it? No. But in his own statement, oh, I tried to get super fucked up. So I took 5 tablets. Okay, dumbass. What do you expect? Like,
yeah.
it's fucking retarded. Like,
It's like you play with the bull, or how they, what's the saying?
hey, the boy, get the horns.
There you go. Play with the bull, get the horns.
Yeah, like I said, my main thing on it, right, is if like for me, if I see somebody, right now from all the stuff that I seen with 7-OH, if you like you got opioids on the table and 7-OH, I'd rather them. Obviously, you don't want nobody to be addicted to anything.
Yeah.
Like you want to just kind of just not really deal with it. But if they are addicted, I'd rather it be 7-OH.
Of course.
Because there's like you're not gonna like right now. As you see, the guy dodged the question of death, right? So obviously it's not something that's happening as often as opioids.
And that's a good point on how you said that. Like if there is, so like if there's opioids and there's 7-OH, both of these can be addictive. But if you get addicted to this could possibly kill you.
Yeah.
This
at a higher rate.
It's not as high a rate that it's going to cause that. You have to choose one. You're going to take that one every fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, and, bash 7-OH, bash everything that as much as you want. Everyone at the end of the day has to open their fucking eyes and put some accountability on the individual person. It's everyone. That's what drives me fucking nuts is like everyone always argues about all these freedoms and laws and this, that, and the other. But okay, you have the freedom to make your own choice. I myself know my body and my chemical structure better than anyone else. So if I have an issue where I have an addictive personality, or I know I run a higher risk to become addicted to something because of, say, my bloodline or whatever it may be, I, as a human being with a fucking functioning brain, has to be like, at the end of the day, like, no, I'm not going to take that because there's a higher risk that I might become addicted to it. That's on me. If Jordan sat here and said, hey, you got really bad back pain, here, take these, it's going to help you. Man, I can't because I have, I have an addictive personality and I don't want to get attached to that. I'm going to just keep chewing fucking Tylenol or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I can't then blame him for offering it to me if I'm like, cool, I know this will probably get me addicted, but let's eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to pick that up and put it in my mouth. No one else forced me to do that. And that can tiptoe into the whole addiction. Is it a disease or a fucking this, that, and the other? And I don't know if everyone's ready for that conversation, but
so, I mean, if you want to go there, I mean, you could talk about the one street on Philly or
Bleecker Street or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
what's it called?
I think it's Bleecker. I don't know.
It's a famous. It's a famous street I think it's in Philly where if you just walk down that street, you're gonna see on both sides zombies, right? Now, if you wanna really test it out, I know 7-OH will help them, even though they're already in the addictive phase, right? You can't. They're already there.
Yeah.
Now, if you want instead of them killing themselves, give them 7-OH, turn that whole street around. I mean, nobody wants to talk about that or no.
That is a good point,
right?
And that comes down to what Hunter touched it over too, as far as the systematic stuff. You got all these people on the street struggling and addicted and doing God knows what to get their fix. And all these mighty, powerful, rich people that can actually help just drive right past and don't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this could be something, if 7-OH, if they can do the proper testing, this dude wants statistics and all that. All right, test it out. Put these people on some 7-OH and see if it helps improve them. But then they have to do their part too, as far as getting them off the street and doing things like that. Yeah. You ain't got to worry about all this stuff, and it can go down to crime rate and all this crazy shit. Like, but that street is crazy, and that's hardcore heroin, fentanyl, and shit like that. These people aren't on 7-OH. You could put them on 7-OH. They're probably going to go through some withdrawals. Now, will there be some, and I guarantee you before it happens, I'll call it now, if they did that to that street and they said say there's 50 of them, they put 50 of them on 7-OH, take them off all the other horse shit they're on, put them on 708, there will be some deaths because of the withdrawals of the real shit.
Okay.
But they will target it and say it was 708. They did it.
That makes sense.
They will. I'm 100%. That's how it would fall down. But it's the fact that when you go through that kind of withdrawals, there's a chance you were going to die because your body gets shocked. My brother's in ICU currently still for fucking 4 months now because he was an alcoholic. And he got put in there. His health went down crazy because he was going through withdrawals as well. And it caused all kinds of shit with his liver, his pancreas, and all kinds of shit. And that was readily available to him. And he chose to keep drinking it. And then when he went through the withdrawal section of it, it almost fucking damn near killed him.
Damn.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, still speaking on that. There's a video on YouTube. I forgot the dude's name. He actually went and documented.
Tom Hanks.
No.
No.
No. It's not Tom Hanks. But it's some white dude, right? Who he goes to basically every hood or every gang and just to see what's inside the gang or the hood, right?
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen the videos.
Yes. I can send it to you probably later on. But he goes in and he shows you what goes on day-to-day basis on that street.
Mm-hmm.
There is cops on that street basically 24/7.
Yeah.
Right? But they're still allowing these people to be zombies. Right? So, I mean, it's hand in hand, right? It's like they want I can't even.
Statistics.
There you go. Listen, y'all can roast me, whatever, but
It's all good.
he wants those, but doesn't want to go to the hard questions of, let's try this then. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But no, they want to pinpoint 7OH as bad, as, it will kill you if you abuse it, or maybe it's a 50-50. You're basically rolling dice at that point.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get a 7.
If 7OH wasn't making an impact in a positive manner against the opioids from Big Farm, this would not be a topic.
Yeah. It's crazy. You're talking about that street, and I feel like I remember something where there's like what I think it's the government, one of these states, they go around with the actual opioid and they give it to the people because they're on the street dying, like you said, maybe from the withdrawal.
Yeah.
Or something. They'll give it to them and then I think bring them into some therapy place afterward. You guys heard of that?
Yeah, there's what's the one drug that they get? Like if you go to a clinic, they'll give you a different drug. I can't remember that off the top of my head.
I know what fucking
Suboxone.
yeah.
That's what it is.
So there's Suboxone. Like you go to a clinic if you're addicted to heroin, and the next thing you know, you start getting Suboxone. Like you can get the shots or the Suboxone pills, and it's supposed to still do similar to what that normal opioid is doing, but it pulls them down and it attacks the cravings and the receptors and all that, and it helps wean them down. The government hands that shit out like it's candy.
Yeah.
Very, very similar like to what this is doing, but there's still no side effects because with Suboxone, people then become dependent on Suboxone.
Okay.
So whatever there is, there's a dependency that is going to be a risk at all times. So it's just what's the safer alternative? What's the lesser of two evils? Again, I'm never going to say that 7OH is not something that's going to become habit forming or that can be labeled addictive. But if there's two evils, what's the lesser of it?
Yeah.
Like, is it, you got to go to the one that's not going to kill a person.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where my mindset is at. You know what I mean? Like, just from, I didn't know about 7OH before this year. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, honestly, too much about opioids, right? I just know opioids is out there killing people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hear fentanyl and I hear that it's killing people left and right, like easily too. Like a hair of fentanyl is going to kill you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to 7OH, I haven't heard like the government person said, he was dodging the question, didn't hear about a death.
Yeah. And that's just it. It was like fentanyl is a perfect example of the other side of it because you go into a smoke shop and buy one 7OH tab and you eat it. Is there a chance you'll have a bad experience and make you sick to your stomach and you feel like shit? Yeah. But if you take and have a bad experience the first time you try fentanyl off the street, you're probably going to die. Like fentanyl will kill you like that. Like, again, I spoke on it before on the other podcast. My best friend died of that shit. He was a fucking idiot. Like, and I told him when he was alive that he's making those choices to try this dumb shit. And I told him over and over, quit trying this stuff because you're eventually going to find some shit that's going to be fucked up and it's going to kill you. No, it's not like that. I always do my research. Okay, whatever. He ordered something offline that he thought was an upper. That's what the guy had sold it as an upper. He wound up taking it. It's fucking pure fentanyl. Fucking stopped his heart immediately. Fucking dead as shit because of fentanyl. Left a 3-year-old kid behind because he was a jackass and decided to order something off, and someone else decided to put fentanyl in that fucking tablet. And now he's fucking dead. If I mentioned it before, if he was still here, if 708, he would be the perfect example, because he would have definitely tried it and he would have been fine, because it's not going to kill you. That shit will kill you. So would you rather people still going out on the street and grabbing random shit because they can't get it legitimately and have the chance of getting some raw fentanyl and dying, or going to a smoke shop, grabbing a vape and grabbing a 708 tab and, you know, being able to manage a little bit of their pain, maybe get sick a little bit? Which one do you want? That's on you. Would you want someone to die off fentanyl, or you want to try 708 and have an upset tummy? Like, try it out. Like, what the fuck?
And coming back to, comes back to full circle. If you don't know your body, right? If you want to take a whole tab, you never took it before. Is it possible that you taking half a tablet will still get your stomach messed up? Yes, it is very possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen every time. If you do your research, do your due diligence, and just make sure you have something in your system, like eating something, drinking. Now, if you didn't eat nothing all damn day, the same thing with Tylenol or ibuprofen. You don't want to take that with an empty stomach.
Common sense goes a long way.
Exactly.
And me personally, I've never eaten 7-OH. And why have I never eaten 7-OH? Because anything that has any similarity to opioids make me sick to my stomach. When I broke my knee, they prescribed me Loratabs. I ate one, was sick as a dog.
Damn.
So I smoked weed instead, and that took my pain and made it more manageable. So I will not try 7-OH because I know most likely I'm going to get sick and not enjoy it. So what do? I'm not going to take it. I've been offered it a million times. Hey, test this out. No thanks. That wasn't very fucking hard. Saying no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
Can't do that. If I go into a smoke shop and I'm grabbing something, they're like, hey, we got this brand new 7-OH to help with A, B, and C. I'm good. Wow, fucking difficult. Like, so again, a lot of it still comes down to accountability on individual people as well. Like, I'll stand on that. And all these comments that we sometimes get, I don't know the guy's name, but the one guy I see him, he tried to post on a lot of our comments. Step your fucking game up with like the fucking shit. You're like, like, it's so goofy. Like, say some powerful shit. Like, you fucking little troll fucker.
A lot of trolls.
You're going to get the trolls, because if you ain't doing something right, you don't got the haters. You ain't doing it.
I mean, I like trolls. I love it. I used to be a super big troll on social media, but this guy literally just says, you're selling products that kill people. Like, no, fucking bring some facts, or this is bad. Smoking is bad. It's always like this shit. Fuck that.
I mean, smoking can be bad.
I don't have his little fucking thing right here. Can be like, this guy, you fucking suck.
Add his ass right in this video.
Something where another like thing that they've been in favor, people who've been in favor of the ban a lot talk about concerns over like youth access and misuse, right? When it comes to like, I guess, children or kids getting a hold of 7-OH, right?
Well,
one thing I'm gonna let you go going on that. One thing about STNR, what I realize is, you know, we abide by, you know, the good stuff. We make sure that doesn't look like intended for kids, right? But how do you feel about that?
Bro, that shit is stupid. Because it's sold in smoke shops, right? Smoke shops in Florida, at least that I know of, you gotta be 21 and older even to be in the bitch and to buy something.
Yeah.
Right? Because I worked at a smoke shop. I know. If you look young, I'm IDing you.
Yeah.
I don't care. Off rip, I'm IDing you. I'm not about to go and sell a kid fucking something I know they don't even need.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you gotta look back at it. You got the parents out there.
Yeah.
Who do everything for the kid no matter what.
Yeah.
They will even go buy their kid the fucking weed pen or a nicotine pen.
That's crazy.
Like, you have parents out there.
It comes down to the responsibility of everybody. You know, a kid should not be able to go in and get something from a smoke shop. And 99% of them, you're not going to be able to go in there and just buy one. Are you going to be able to find some that would sell to kids? Most definitely. Because when I was 15, 16 years old, I had a few spots that I won't name you, but I used to go in and buy fucking Sanides and fucking Mad Dog and all kinds of fucking alcohol at 14, 15 and cigarettes and all that shit. So there's a few that will allow that to happen, but majority of it's not. If the kids are getting a hold of these, most likely they're getting it from their parents, or they're, you know, stealing it from the parents, getting it from the parents, getting an adult to buy it for them, whoever it may be. Again, that falls on people being held accountable for that. Like, I'm all for it. Like if you get caught giving a kid 7-OH or TVA or anything, fucking
Throw them the book.
throw them, hit them in the fucking teeth with it. I just got an incoming bulletin from Hunter again. If drugs were decriminalized, the incentive to cut them with dangerous substances like fentanyl would disappear. It's not addiction that kills people, it's prohibition mixed with profit motives. Ooh, I like that.
Mhm.
Decriminalization would mean regulated supply, quality control, and safe access, not desperate people rolling the dice every time they take a hit. Very true. Like if it was legal for people to just be free, as and especially in our country, everyone's like, land of the free. Not really. We got so many fucking regulations and so many fucking laws and all kind of shit. We are very controlled. Is it more free than majority of the other countries? Hell fucking yes. Do I love America? Absolutely. But people don't have the choice to do whatever they want.
Mhm.
So if, like he was saying, if all drugs were just legalized, which would be very wild, and at some point in the future, I wouldn't see it not happen. I could see that happening. But like if I could go into the store and be like, oh yeah, let me get a Mountain Dew and a fucking pack of those heroin 100s, like
Heroin.
like, but if it's regulated and it's like, lab tested, it's quality products and shit like that, then you wouldn't have as much of the street version, because you're still going to have the street version right now, because you can go in the, different dispensaries and get cannabis like weed,
Mhm.
but you still go on the street and get weed too.
Mhm.
And if I was a weed dealer, if I was an illegal weed dealer,
Yeah.
I would be posted up outside the dispensary and be like, what are you throwing in there to get? You getting it for 50? I give it to you for 40.
Yeah.
Because there's still going to be shit like that. But I think you would see a drop in deaths and things like that. So again, that was Hunter's out. That was his take, not Saunders. Hunter.
I mean, kind of wild take, but
No, but I mean, it makes sense.
no, it makes total sense. Same, but
That would be fucking crazy. Then, like, hello, a storefront.
that'd be funny.
Decriminalization.
I mean, decriminalize like just you won't get arrested. Got you. Yeah.
I bet both. Fuck it, send it.
Well, yeah, but if I just roll around with like a pound of fucking coke in my trunk, like it's like, hey, what are you doing with all that? Don't sell it to kids. Like,
Speaking of that too, about gas stations, that's the shit that irritates me the most, right? Like, you got kids going to gas station. These gas station clerks, all they see is cha-ching, right?
Mhm.
But they have the nicotine, they have the THCA, they have the THC vapes, they have basically everything that you can get in a smoke shop. Now, don't get me wrong, like, everyone's here for their money. I see where they're coming from. You go get gas or Red Bull, Mountain Dew, or Celsius, whatever. It's right there. Oh shit! Instead of going to another store, another smoke shop, perfect. I can grab it right here. But that's if you look back then, that's how kids were getting sick.
Yeah.
Because they were getting these nicotine vapes from gas stations. Sometimes gas stations aren't getting the right shit. They are going to the hospital because they're getting sick.
Yeah.
That's why there were so many bans back then.
Out of date and things like
Yeah.
that. There's a lot of little gas stations, especially independent owned gas stations. I'm not talking about like Circle K or anything like that. I'm talking about like the Quick Stop and all these little things. They get out of date shit. When I worked for a company where I used to distribute certain things into gas stations, and I would go into an independent station, the majority of everything in that fucking place would be out of date. Like I'm talking about the sodas, the chips, the candy, all that shit is majority out of date because they get it cheaper and they don't give a fuck, and it's just about making the money. So it's the same things when they get into our industry, or they try to tiptoe into our industry and start selling that. They sell the products that are no longer available or that are out of date. They get it cheaper. They sell it for a cheaper rate. They're still making a profit. And then that is what gets a light shined on everything. So again, there definitely needs to be some regulations across the board, but for the legitimate people like ourselves, like, cut us some fucking slack.
It's crazy. I went into Circle K the other day, got an orange juice. That bitch was from last year.
Yeah.
That shit, color was wrong. I was thirsty, so trying to drink it.
Yellow juice.
That shit was disgusting.
It's crazy. But yeah, so like from what I'm getting with everything, and a lot of stuff that I've seen, if a ban on 7-OH actually happens, a lot of people are saying they're going right back to opioids. Like
There's going to be no
immediately
choice.
back. Like
There'll be no choice.
I've seen a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that.
And now you gotta look at it this way. Like you're kind of in the middle of the road, right? So say people that didn't do opioids before, 708 simulates opioids. Now you outright ban 708. Now they're looking for that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to now lean towards opioids because it's going to be the closest thing and it's going to be stronger than this. So you're going to increase the opioid crisis by now taking this off the market, because now there are people that are using 708s legitimately, using them as prescribed, things like that, just getting relief. Now they can't get it. Now they have to search for something that's going to help them. They're going to have to go that direction. Mm-hmm. So it's going to backfire on them, and it's going to increase the opioid crisis.
Got you.
Banning it would just fuck up a lot of people.
Got you. What exactly are you like when it comes to customers or shops? What are you hearing about the 708?
I'm hearing actually good things. I have a lady who buys our 708 probably, I would say, weekly, right? Our customers love it because her customers actually know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They know how to take it. They take it on the regular.
Yeah.
Now, when I used to work at a smoke shop, I have both backgrounds. Like I working here and working in a smoke shop. So I worked with a lot of people who dealt with 708 and took 708. So I used to always ask their feedback, like, why do you take it? Why can't you stop it? Like I get it, it's addictive, but it also helps them to where they don't got to go to the fucking doctors, get a prescription and pay $700, $750, $600 for opioids when it's doing the same thing and it's not attacking stuff that opioids were going to be attacking and putting you in the fucking death chart, whatever. So, I mean, banning it it's going to be a crisis overall because you got people that probably never took opioids in their life on 708 because it's for pain. It's easier to get. They did their background. They did their due diligence in checking it and seeing how it actually works for them. Mm-hmm. Now they're on it. It helps them through their life on an everyday struggle. So it's just, if they take it away, they're just going to fucking risk that death.
Got you.
Yes. It's crazy when it comes down to it. And it comes down to the fact too, again, it's something like, oh, this is readily available, A, B, and C, and it's causing all this bullshit. But so is, like I said earlier, everything is tobacco. When you go in to any convenience store and they have a poster on the door that says, Marlboro or Camel or whatever, at the bottom says, you may get fucking cancer. Like this, is highly addictive. It's still there. The labels are there, just like the labels are on 708 products, but they readily sell that shit. Tobacco is one of the most addictive things in the fucking world. Mm-hmm. Kids are on that shit. Yeah. They get it the same fucking way, but they don't attack that because a lot of these people that are out trying to outlaw this, big farm, big tobacco, they're all in it together. They're all in bed together, sucking each other off because they're trying to get the money. Like that's all in.
That's usually where it's at. But I don't want to stay here all day talking about this. I feel like we got got a nice message out there. Got a lot out there when it comes to our thoughts on.
Yeah, I mean, the closing thing I would say would be responsible. Mm-hmm. Use your fucking brain. If you know you have an addictive personality and that you have a higher risk to become addicted to this and it becoming a problem, hey, don't fucking take it.
Yeah.
Don't eat it. That's it. Like, it's fucking simple. But in Big Farm, fuck you.
Right. And if you are on opioids and would like to get off and try to get off, try 708. You don't have to go full bomb fucking trying the whole fucking thing. Do your research. Try it out. I guarantee you it's going to help you better than opioids.
Don't abuse it. Don't take all 5 tablets. Don't try to prove that dipshit on Reddit. Right. But yeah, I mean, STNR Creations, you can get 708s directly from here.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean,
that's safe.
Yeah. But
all right. Peace. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Catch y'all on the next episode.